Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's CaitlinAnwyn for anyone who's new here. And let's get into Planet Zoo. I am so excited. So if you haven't seen any of my previous videos, I played the beta access of Planet Zoo around a month ago now. And it has now released. So I had a lot of fun playing with the career, and my good friend Nancy, who is also Welsh, absolutely loved that. And so I'm hoping we get to speak to Nancy again, but unfortunately I don't think they're actually in the UK now. So the lion was Goodwin House, and I think we're gonna go for the Madagascan Simian Conservation Project. The only other game I really play is The Sims, so I might be a little bit rusty, but let's have a look at this. So if you want to have a good little read of that, go for it. Ooh.
Welcome to Madagascar. It's quite the change of scenery from dreary old
Hey.
England. Apart from the weather, I suppose. They don't call these places rainforests for nothing.
So pretty.
The zoo you'll be working in is an ape sanctuary, where we're doing vitally important conservation work. Not just for apes, but for all kinds of species. But apes, well, apes are some of the closest relatives to humans there are. And yet, the way the world treats them is like, well, very much like some of us treat our actual relatives. Anyway, that's why I'm determined that our operation here does some good. If we can all leave some part of the world in a better state than we found it, we'll have lived lives
that's a good point
worth
there, Bernie.
living. And speaking of states, I have a horrible feeling I left the house in the right one. When I get back, I expect my life won't be worth living at all.
Nancy, I love you. There she
What do you
is!
think of Madagascar then? Bit warm for my taste, to be honest. Anyway, this is Bernie's primate sanctuary. It's not just primates though, we've got all sorts of animals. So why don't we go and have a look at some of them, eh? We'll start by taking a look at the Red Ruffed Lemurs. They're the ones that look like they should be in a Shakespeare play. Come on, let's head over
Alright
to
then,
them.
Nancy. Lush. Right, I really like this park. I could never build anything like this, but we've got the red...
Red Ruffed Lemurs are found in the rainforests of Massoala. That's in northeast Madagascar. They can actually live anywhere from 15 up to 25 years. Fancy that, eh? Okay, when you're ready, let's go find our Bornean
They're so
orangutans.
cute. Let's have a look at one. Are they like miserable? Oh, not too bad. Let's have a look. Hello there. Oh, wow. I love all of the climbing enclosures too. This is so cool, isn't it? Let's try and get one that's having a run around. You're having a move. Look at him. I love all the climbing enclosures and stuff. Oh, let's have a look at this one. This one's in the sun. Oh, he's having a groom. Hello. So these are red ruffed lemurs. Face kind of looks like cat-like to me. It's so cute. I like the lemurs. These are adorable. Can I remember how to screenshot? Oh, speaking of cats, that's my cat Misty. If you are new to the channel, she does pop up. She does pop up every now and again. Oh, one doesn't run in there. Lush. I love this. I just pressed tab like I was in The Sims. Oh my goodness, I've been playing The Sims too much. I've missed good old Planet Zoo. Where were we supposed to go? I'm just getting distracted by the lemurs. Loving them. Oh, we're going over here. Lovely. Oh, this is cool too. Look at the bridge.
The Bornean orangutan is such a marvellous creature. They're always a big favourite at any zoo they feature in, and they're also the biggest tree-dwelling animal on the planet. Assuming you don't count any
He's a
lions that got
baby.
stuck up one. Oh, why don't you take a better look at them? Open up their information panel and go into the
I'd literally
animal
just done that with
camera.
the other one. Oops. Look at this though. Oh wow.
Aren't they just incredible?
Yes.
When you're ready, let's go and have a look-see at some of our beautiful bonobos. They're quite the characters.
I gotta check out this baby first. Hello. Oh my goodness. How adorable. There's babies in our zoo as well, so oh look, doing a yawn. The valley's coming out more, listening to Nancy.
Oh dear. It looks like we've arrived just in time. One of the
Oh,
habitat
that's perfect.
barriers has collapsed. And wouldn't you know it, one of the bonobos has made a run for it. We'll need to catch them. But before we do, we should box up the other bonobos to
Okay.
stop them escaping too. Select the habitat boundary to bring up the habitat information panel.
Animals tab.
Good. Now open the Animals tab. And click on Box All Animals to box up the
Where?
remaining bonobos.
Oh no, what am I doing? Box all animals. I'm blind today. Right, let's press play. Oh, wow, that's quick.
Now, we'll need a vet to recapture that escaped bonobo, but it seems our last one left to do some research in the wild. Not an ideal situation. So, we'll need to hire a replacement.
Alright, I know how to
sharpish.
hire
Go into the
them.
zoo section and then into the staff management area.
And
You can find all of your staff in here, but there's no time to go looking at their particulars at the moment. Hire a
will
vet.
do. I'll pop in there.
Now,
Lovely.
click on one of the paths to place the vet in your zoo. Great. Now let's deal with our escapee before they can cause too much havoc. Use the animal alerts to jump to the escaped
There it
bonobo.
is.
And then click on the Call Vet button to call the vet over to
I've
capture it.
done. Now we can watch, right?
Oh, okay, that's a relief. So while the vet deals with our bonobo friend, let's go fix up their habitat.
I
so
want to
they
watch
can't
the monkey
escape
run
again.
around though.
Head back over there.
Bonobo, whatever that is.
As you can see, the barrier's collapsed. Someone's taken their eye off the ball, obviously. Let's get this one replaced. Select the barrier and then we'll edit it. Delete the broken section of barrier and replace it with a brand spanking new one.
Oh,
Good. Now that we've done that, we need to make sure to add climb-proof barriers to the top. That way the bonobos won't be able to climb out. Just make sure you've got the correct piece of barrier selected
what?
when you do that. Okay, so go into the options section and select which side the climb-proof barrier needs to go on. And don't get it wrong. We're more worried about bonobos climbing out than guests climbing in.
uh-oh. Wait. What? Is that... No, that one.
Nicely done. And I think it's high time we unbox those bonobos, wouldn't you say? The poor mites will get sad if we leave them in there for too long. Select the habitat barrier to bring up the habitat, and then open the animals tab.
Yeah.
And finally, click on Unbox All
Nice.
Animals to let them out. I expect some of them are fair
Oh,
bursting
no.
for the toilet. So, it turns out that as well as the old vet leaving, the zoo's mechanics did too. We'll need to hire a couple of new ones so we can help stop any more breakouts. You see, mechanics do all sorts of helpful things around the zoo, but one of their most important jobs is taking care of the habitat barriers. Without mechanics around to repair them, the barriers will crack, crumble, and fall down. And before you know it, we'll be overrun with escaped animals. Go into the zoo section and then into the staff management area again. Hire a mechanic and then click on a path to place them in the zoo.
Hey!
Gosh, we have been busy, haven't we? Good work there. I'm off for a cuppa. Oh, I think Bernie wants a word with you.
Cool.
Oh, I hear you had a bit of an issue with an escaped bonobo. The main thing is that you dealt with it swiftly, and more importantly, without the animals stealing someone's clothes, putting them on, and then walking
What?
out of the front gate.
You see, another key responsibility for our vets is animal research. Researching animals allows vets to unlock new enrichment items, additional information for our education resources, enhanced breeding programs, and improvements to food quality. Oh, the animals' food, not the vets. It'll take more than a research grant to improve the staff canteen. Anyway, as you can see, research is a key part of running your zoo. In order for a vet to undertake research, they require a research centre. And once again, that's something that this zoo is missing. So let's build one. I've marked out an area for you to put it.
Alright, you want it over here, do you? Alright then, Nancy. Oh, we're going to pop it in there, I was going to say.
Now, you've probably noticed that there's already a building where I want you to build the research centre. Don't worry. You see, the building that's currently there is actually a hollow shell. So we're able to place our new building inside of it. If you select the research centre for placement and then hover over the shell, you'll see that it asks if you want to add the research centre to the existing building.
Nice. To free rotate objects, you just hold down Z and then move your mouse to rotate. If you're wondering, because some of the controls were a little bit harder for me to figure out in the beginning, so it's a little tip for you.
Right. Splendid work. Now that we have a brand spanking new research centre, we can give our vets something to do in there. Oh, by the way, it's worth noting that the vets will only do research when they're not required to do any other jobs. That said, you can change what jobs a vet does via their information panel. But let's not worry
I love
about
the way
that
she says
just now.
information.
So, let's get our vet researching ring-tailed lemurs. Go into the zoo section and select Vet Research. Here, you can see a list of all the animals present in your zoo, and also all the potential diseases that can occur. Now, drag and drop your vet onto the ring-tailed lemur to start their research.
Oh, I was doing the wrong lemurs. Never mind. I can't read today. There they are. Wrong lemurs. I like those red ones.
Actually, thinking about it, I'm not sure we've got any education boards or speakers by the lemur's
Oh, well,
habitat.
you're slacking then, Nancy.
Let's head over there and add some, so our guests can learn all about the furry little toys.
That's so cute. Oh,
First off, let's pop down 2 education boards. Place them on the habitat
Oh, I
barriers
see.
at a height that guests can see, or, if you like, pop them
I'll
down
put
on a
them
stand.
Where were they two? Is it aligned to services? Is it on? Aligned to service, lovely. 1. I don't like it that it goes into this screen, especially because I can't see what I'm bloody doing.
Okay, now that they've
Get
been
out
put
of this
into
view.
position, we have to tell them what animal to display information about. Select one of the education boards to bring up
Lovely.
its information panel.
And
And from the drop-down list, select
Yeah, and all the red
ring-tailed
ones.
lemur. Although I'm sure that last part was
it was, yeah.
obvious. When you link an education board or a speaker to an animal, you need to make sure that said animal is close by. If it isn't, the guests will get confused and won't learn
But yeah,
as
I
much.
don't see really the point in putting like a bear. But there now. Lovely.
Okay, now that we've done the education boards, let's pop down a pair of speakers. Speakers play audio to the guests so they can learn while they look at the animals, instead of having to go through the laborious process of reading. Oh, one thing to bear in mind is that it's important not to put the speakers too close together. If you do, the guests won't be able to understand what's being said.
Fair enough. So I'm guessing we're going to put it in those bubbles.
Now we simply need to link the speakers to the
That was
ring-tailed
good.
lemurs, just like you did with the education boards.
Oh, it clicked on a guest. And ring-tailed lemurs again. Isn't that handy how it's at the top? What do they say?
Fantastic! Oh, it's worth remembering that education boards and speakers both need power to work. They won't do much
Oh.
good without it. Oh, it looks as though our vet has completed their research
We've got
on
2
ring-tailed
animals that are
lemurs.
loose.
We'll need to collect the results. We can do
awesome.
that by clicking on the notification or by going back into the vet
Okay,
research area.
2 secs. Someone will refill that, because I don't want a hungry hippo. Hungry hippo. Vet research.
collect
Oh,
your
lovely,
research
thank you.
rewards. Just so you know, vets will continue to research an animal even after successfully completing a research level. I suppose when you're in the zone, you're in the zone.
Right then, what have I got to do now?
Well, now that we've enriched the lives of our guests, let's enrich the lives of our
Yeah.
ring-tailed lemurs. Some animals, like lemurs, will have a climbing need. That means they have a requirement for a certain amount of climbing space, and you can fulfill that requirement by
Oh, this is
building them
fun.
a climbing frame. Let's find out how much more climbing space our lemur
Loads.
friends need, shall we? Select one of them and bring up their information panel.
Right,
Next, click on the Terrain tab.
I've done.
Now, as you can see, the lemurs need quite a lot more climbing space. But as it happens, I've already got a climbing
Oh,
frame
thank you, I
blueprint
suck at
built for
building.
you. So you can either pop that down or
No
build
thanks,
one
not right
yourself
now.
from scratch. By the way, it's not always just climbing needs that you have to worry about. Other animals might need a certain amount of water in their habitat so they can go for a swim. They certainly do keep us on our toes.
I love everything, and I love making all the animals happy, so I'm good with that. Climbing frames? Oh, thank goodness there's a blueprint in there. Right. Can you put a... Where am I putting this? Oh my goodness. It looks like it's floating at the moment though, doesn't it? I think if you click shift... right. So if you click shift, you can go up and down, and I can sort of make everything go into the ground. So it don't look like it's floating. How are they doing? Look at
That's
that.
a great climbing frame for them. They're going to absolutely love it. Do you know what would make them even happier, though? Nicer food. But that's
yeah.
true of all of us, though, isn't it? You can unlock better quality food for animals through research. Luckily, we've already unlocked some for the lemurs, so all that remains is to make sure they get served it from now on. Let's bring up the habitat information panel by selecting the lemur habitat. There we go.
Oh,
As you can see, we can set the food quality in here. Just click on the drop-down menu and select Grade 2 Food Quality. Grade 2 Food Quality. My mouth's already watering.
I love it so much. I'm so happy Dancy's back. Right, I didn't have a clue about this. I don't know whether this was in beta, whatever you want to call it. That's pretty cool.
So, a new climbing frame and
Spoiled.
better food. Oh, you've really spoilt those lemurs rotten. Now, I think it's time we looked at one of the zoo's most
Feeding
important
'em?
responsibilities. Releasing animals into the wild. You see, when we feel an animal is ready, we can release them into the wild. But what makes an animal a good candidate for release? Well, their age is an important factor. I mean, we can't release an animal that's a juvenile, just as we can't release one that's
Okay.
gotten too old. They'll also need to be fertile. After all, the idea is to repopulate the wild, so the best candidates will have a high fertility gene. And together, the age and fertility of a candidate will determine how many conservation credits will be rewarded when we release them. Now, conservation credits are vitally important. They're the lifeblood of your zoo, because earning them allows you to adopt even more animals. And what's more, the animals you can adopt will be of a higher quality. So, with that in mind, let's pop over to our orangutan habitat. Okay, I'd like you to find Agang, the Bornean orangutan in the habitat, and select him, please. You can either click through each orangutan in turn, or select the habitat barrier, go to the animals tab in the habitat information panel, and find him in the animals list.
Got him. Oh, I'm releasing in the wild, am I? Cool. Ooh. Oh, okay then. I'm not even attached, I don't think, but oh, big credits, lovely.
I know it's sad to see him go, but he'll be happy out in the wild. And he's a wonderful candidate for release. Young, strong, and
Right.
fertile. Excellent work there. You've definitely got
Oh,
potential,
nice.
you know.
And we got silver objective as well.
I see you've been doing some homework. Although, it hardly seems like work when you're learning about something as adorable as a ring-tailed lemur. I imagine I'd have got much better grades at school if there'd been less algebra and more aldebra. Tortoises.
Okay.
Our I'll bounce
All
my head
right,
over there.
calm down, Nancy. I think it's about time that we finish this episode, even though I'm having a lot of fun with this. Because in the next episode, we're going to get this zoo, our tutorial mode, all finished out of the way. And get a gold star and make sure all the animals are happy, because I can't really focus on what Nancy's telling me to do when we've got some stressed little lemurs. So I really want to help them out as well. We can't leave the zoo with the animals not having the best environment, can we? Definitely let me know in the comments what animal is your favorite from all of the animals included in Planet Zoo. I think the snow leopard's still my favorite from beta access, but all of these monkeys have been really cute and the lemurs are gorgeous. I love them. And also let me know if you are playing Planet Zoo as well. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, smash that like button, and if you haven't already, it would mean a lot to me if you could subscribe and hit the bell to be notified whenever I upload a new video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time. Goodbye!